Muddy. Hello. Hello from me and Muddy. Hi, you guys. Happy Sunday. Happy New Year. It is 2021. Bye-bye 2020. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Anyway, I thought I'd nip on here to show you what I'm doing. And I have, over the last weekend, I have been obsessed with making sock things. Or should I say, not making them, watching the YouTube clips of them. Watching the YouTube clips of people making them. And it astounds me what you can find on YouTube. So, I knew you could make, hi Karen, I knew you could make, what darling, what's the matter? I knew you could make sock bunnies because I did find a shed load of little baby socks that I'd collected at one time or another. And obviously, I don't know, I think I made a start on it and it didn't go well, so... It didn't go well. I think it went about that well. That's how well it went last time. So I gave up on it. So I decided to try again. And I'll show you how far I got. And I hope you like my little logo saying, same you, but miles better. What, darling? What's the matter? What do you want? Can you see her? She keeps putting her paw up. What do you want? Well, I'll talk about the vet's trip today that went disastrously wrong, but that's for later. Anyway, I won't keep you long. Hi, Katie. So, I'm looking at sock bunnies, and I found an easy sock bunny out of a white sock. So this is what you need, and I'll put this one on for you. So all you need is like a white sports sock, and I have invested in some new ones. I wouldn't suggest making them out of your husband's old socks, really not. But you can, if you've got any nice clean ones of these or new ones, you could use those. But I have bought a load of other socks whilst I was doing my essential supermarket shopping. Right, so anyway, this is what I'm on with. And I'm gonna, where's my needle and thread? Are you helping, Maddie? Right, but when I was looking at sock bunnies, what I found was, I found all these super cute little people key rings, and, right, you watch them on YouTube, and the super duper sped up, and it looks super duper 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 easy. So I thought, well, I can do that. I'm good at copying things. And it's the start of dry January. Who's doing dry January? Apart from if you're pregnant. And if you're pregnant, well done you. Well done you, because we forget how you feel. You feel a bit left out, don't you? But I've bought some more alcohol-free drinks because I drunk some last night. I drunk quite a good... hi, Amy. I drunk quite a nice no, not the sparkling Chardonnay was rubbish, but the Chardonnay that looks like it's wine was quite nice, although my husband said it was disgusting. And I've got a Sauvignon Blanc one to try. Anyway, so back to these sock dolls. Right, I'm going to put a link on, and I did put you a picture up of like a really cute little rag doll. And what they do, I had some like stretchy t-shirt material, but I've sourced myself some old tights that are no good, and I think they use tights. But the problem is, I don't know how you get a big enough circle out of it, because what I did last night was I drew around this top of a candle. So I drew around that candle lid, and I think I'll let you know how I get on, because I'm not one for giving up. I will, right, you're gonna laugh now, but I will succeed. Because the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I'm quite creative and dexterous, although I've got to admit, I can't knit. I'm rubbish on a sewing machine, but I can do a little bit of sewing if it's nice and simple. So anyway, what I was looking at is if you look up Manuel Ilolis, it's a Spanish lady that makes these dolls, and she dresses them all up, and the face is basically made out of this stretchy material that she makes a circle, and then she does like this really clever face moulding stuff. So you basically sew through back and forwards through the head to like pull the eye sockets. They have a little pom-pom underneath the material that makes the nose, and then three little stitches for the mouth. And I kid you not, these, right, she does the hair. I could manage to do the hair, but she does some of the, I don't know if she does the ones with the curly hair, but I'm going to put some up for you because that is my ambition. I'm going to make one of those. So I tried to do it, didn't I? And I thought, oh, that looks easy. So basically you cut a circle out and you sew round it like a drawstring purse. So you sew round it like that, and then you fill it full of your wadding. So so this is what it looks like, right? So I think this material's a bit thick, but you pull it round like that, and then I thought, well, I can do the eye. I'm showing you this to show you my epic fails, right? So I'm going to show it you. And you know what? I'm going to keep this because every time I look at it, I can't look at it without laughing. Oh, it's not funny. Everybody's took the mickey out of me last night. I'm going to show him you. I want you to tell me what I should call him. Right, so that bit of it, right, he's not handsome, is he? So that little bit, them two at the bottom, they're supposed to be the dimples that make his chin, but he's a bit it's a bit like a potato, isn't it? So that's me first, and I thought, right, no, I'm not one for giving up. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to have another go. I'll make my circle a bit bigger. So I was ready, and I did it. A new technique sewing round so that I could leave a little hole and I could get a bit more stuffing in there, right? And I thought, I've got this, because now what I'm going to try is, instead of just pinching a little bit up and trying to sew a nose, right, what I'm going to do is I haven't got a pom-pom, so I'll put a little bead. Going to put a little bead in first. Right, I'm going to show you this, and this is my second attempt. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, it's so funny, because you know what my husband called him? He said he's that Quagmire. Does anybody watch Family Guy? Well, anyway, are you ready? He says, now I've assessed the situation and I know what I've done wrong here. I'll show you Quagmire. Look at Quagmire. Right, I've assessed the situation and I know where I've gone wrong here. Right, where I've gone wrong is the eyes are too far up and there's too much face left for his chin. Oh, poor Quagmire. I couldn't find that before because I think the dog nicked it. So I told myself, right, and I am, right, look at these, my first two attempts. I've never made these before. Right, oh my God, awful. And I want to share with you that I'm going to make some of these and they're going to look amazing. Right, but what I thought is, right, what you need to do, Claire, is you need to go back to basics and you need to try and make the first thing. Hi, Melissa, how are you? How are you and your beautiful family? I was thinking about you the other day, Melissa. I hope you're all right. Need to stay in touch, you know. Are you all right? You're looking after yourself? Anyway, so what I thought is I'm going to go and get some socks. So I started off with this. And I can't decide whether I think it looks rubbish or not. But I've started at the beginning, and this is where I'm up to with my bunny. And I'm going to put the YouTube clip for this on. But that's where I'm up to at the moment. And to be honest with you, I glued the ears on because I couldn't pin them because it was too thick. So I need to sew that on and make the edges look a bit better. And I've put that there just so I knew where the middle of it was. But I don't think that we're doing so bad with that. And what I've found watching the tutorials, where you have the wadding, right? So you'll stuff it. Have you got your wadding? So this is my wadding. So I already had that. I've had that for ages, wondering what I was going to do with it. right? So that is obviously just a sock, and the heel, that's the heel of it. That's the heel of it. But what I've found watching it, because you watch and you learn, don't you? Hi, Claire. I'm all right. Oh, he's just sleeping and eating. Oh, you're doing a good job, my love. You're doing a good job. You know where I am if you need me, Melissa. Right, so when you stuff something, what you see them doing in these YouTube clips is doing a lot of this. And because when you put your wadding in, because you can't put all of it in at the same time, it looks really like, goes really lumpy. So a lot of them are doing a lot of this to like sculpt it into the right shape. And I've had to do that to make the bunny into a nice shape. And all its body it's still a little bit lumpy, but I've put a little bit more stuffing at the bottom because I wanted her feet, he or she, I wanted her feet to just look like they had like little paw shapes. And I'm going to carry on with this tonight because I'm quite proud of that. The one on the tutorial that I'm copying, it has a little bow round the neck, and I've ordered some very round black beads for the eyes because I haven't got any of those. So what you do is the next thing you do is you just they're sort of directly opposite each other. You see that when you squeeze it together like that, it makes quite a nice shape for the face. So I reckon I'm going to be all right doing that. So her eyes are going to go in there like that, but I'll have to wait till I get my little black beads come. And then she does a few stitches, and she calls it moulding the face. She calls it moulding the face. Now, we've seen how I get on moulding a face, haven't you? So I'm a bit nervous about doing this bit, but I'm going to try my best. I think that's a little bit of felt for the nose. But then what she does, so the tutu that this rabbit's wearing is basically loads of sort of taffeta strips sort of attached onto a hair bobble. You know, just that. What have I got here to show you? So they're like taffeta things like that. And you know how you attach something to it where you fold it in half like that, and then you pass the that bit round through it like that, and they're just attached onto it like that. So they're all round like that, and then she trims it off, and she says, oh, it's good this, because if you've got a little girl and she wants to put it in her hair, she can use it for hair. So that goes round the middle. And then what she does is, you know how I've sewn down the middle to make his legs? Well, she then sews down there and there to make its arms. Well, I think it needs some proper arms. So because I've got another sock, I think I'm going off on a tangent. How's that going to work? I don't know how that's going to work out. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Colette. So I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm going to share it with you. But I'm quite proud of that so far. I just need to tuck them messy edges it. But I'm just hoping it's going to turn out like the picture. And I know we're not supposed to go out shopping for this, that and the other, but I've had so many things delivered from Hobbycraft. So you can get things from Hobbycraft, or if you go into the supermarket, you can get these. Or, right, so I'll be doing the rabbits. She doesn't even have arms, does she? They have legs. That's what my husband tells me about the dogs. So I'm going to try and finish her and show you that one. But I've got the socks here. But anybody who wants to make one of these, what you need is, I already had this, so this is just felt. But you know, to put on there, and there's two little discs on the feet. Honestly, if this turns out all right, I'm going to give it to my little niece Elodie. And do you know what? Babies like stuff like that. But what I'm thinking is, the reason I'm showing you this one is because if you've just had a baby, or you're having a baby, we all like to do crafty stuff, and not everybody can knit or crochet. I wish I could, but that's really, really simple. And I can guarantee if you make one of those for your baby, boy or girl, when they're tiny, and you keep it for them, that will mean the absolute world to them. Do you know what? I remember when I was a little girl, I remember my mum had saved this doll that she had, somebody made for her when she was a little girl. And it was one of those ones that's got a head on both sides, like a Cinderella doll. And you turned it over and it was posh, and you turned it over that way and it was cinders. And I always remember on special occasions she used to get it out of the loft and show us. And my mother-in-law made all my children beautiful, very similar, the dolls that change over, you know, and they just mean the world to them. So if you can make your baby one of those, and I'll try and take some pictures from here, and when I get me little eyes, I'll put the eyes in. But I just thought it looked really cute. I will put, if you can't wait to get started, I'll put the link, I'll put the YouTube clip on now. But just to let you know, I have got 4 more pairs of socks. So if any of you guys in Lancaster can't make it because you haven't got any white socks, they're new, so they've not got stinky feet smells on them. I'll come and if any of you want those, I've only got 4 pairs, but if anybody in Lancaster, or I might stretch to Morecambe, might stretch to a trip out to Morecambe, but do you know what, me and Morecambe have still got issues after yesterday's escapade. Hi Danielle, hi Sarah. So we've still got, anyway, so if any of you want a pair of socks to have a go. And do you know what else I treat myself? Oh, I've gone all crafting mad. However, crafting does have a serious side because it's really good for your mental health. It's really therapeutic. And if you don't like reading and you can't knit or you struggle, do you know what? Any fool can make those. I'm not even joking. Really, really easy. Or you could sit and do it with you. If you've got older kids, you can sit helping your older kids do it. Because it does feel nice. Now, I'm really pleased with that now. After that disaster, after Quagmire. Anyway, so I treat myself to these because I am determined. So I thought they were really colourful, lovely socks. So that is going to be the dress. And obviously, what I'd not bargained for, when I first bought my socks, I bought tiny baby socks, which are fine if you want to make tiny things. But obviously, if you're buying, I think they're 12.5 to 3.5 kids shoe size. And I just thought, well, you've got so much more to go at. And then I've got all these lovely colours that I will make things because, do you know what I've discovered? So I've done 2 days, second day, dry January, and the lives that I'm doing throughout January, I'm going to be talking about habits and things like that, how you can form new habits, because there's something pretty weird that goes on with the brain. So because during lockdown, a lot of us who are not pregnant have got used to drinking probably more often than they normally would because you're not having to go to work, you know, and I got in some bad habits because very often I'm not at work through the week. So I'll go, oh, well, it's my day off, so I'll have a couple of glasses of wine. So, and very often when I am doing things like this up here in my study, I'll have a glass of wine because that's what I tell myself is relaxing. And it is. I love the taste. I actually love the taste of wine. A nice bottle of wine. I love it. But I just wanted to break some bad habits of drinking too much, and be on your side, pregnant ladies, so you can share with me some of the good alcohol-free options that there are out there, because we should all probably drink a bit less. And what my aim is for January is to make some new good habits, and I want to be doing a bit more crafting in the evening, not just sitting there with a glass of wine in my hand, you know, getting tired. So I want to have more energy to do things, and I want to because do you know what I always think? I'm always a bit jealous of people who sit knitting in front of the telly and they're just doing it, you know, without even looking. But I think something like knitting, you can just do it sat in your chair. So I'll be finishing him off hopefully tonight, apart from his eyes. And what I'm telling you about habit breaking is I'll find out my facts and make sure they're right, but I'm pretty sure it takes something like 21 days to break a habit. And a habit is something that your brain's started to recognise is something that should happen. So, you know, we all do it, don't we? Had a bad day at work, have a glass of wine. Had a bad day at work, have a glass of gin. Had a good day at work, have a glass of wine, you know. we get into these unhealthy habits with our brain, and what you need to say is actually you're not going to have a better evening because you've had 2 or 3 glasses of wine, and what you need to remind yourself of is how much brighter and less tired you feel in the morning. So I hope some of you are joining me doing dry January, and those pregnant ladies, I'm really, 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 really proud of you, because it's not hard and we don't recognise enough how difficult it is, especially over festive periods and New Year, because I know sometimes you can feel like you're a bit left out of the fun, but we need to move over to your side of the fence and drink a lot less, probably. And let me tell you, everybody tells you that they don't drink. Everybody who comes to see me, and to be honest with you, I think I know you're not supposed to tell health professionals how much you drink, but I think probably during lockdown people have started drinking a little bit more, and now's the time for change. What better time than a new year and a brand new, more brilliant version. Same you, but miles better. So I've discovered loads more about myself. I'm going to do crafting. You're going to get a bit freaked out if I sit here any longer feeling me white rabbit. Anyway, and the other thing I wanted to tell you. Hi Liz, Happy New Year. Hope you're all right. I'm just sharing with you my little bunny rabbit that I'm making. But I think he'll look much better. It's just a sock. I think he'll look much better when he's got arms on and his little face, and I'll try and stitch through. But I'm enjoying doing that, so it's worthwhile doing, isn't it? And I tell you what's it cost me for? I had all the other bits and pieces, but for those socks, all right, £5 for 4 pairs of socks. So you could get yourself a little white rabbit factory going on there. Oh, they are easy to make. They're really easy. I'm going to put the link on for you now. And please will you let me know if you would like me to drop you off a pair of white socks if you're struggling for bits and bobs. And, you know, I've used felt for the ears and underneath. But if you haven't got felt, you can use any little scraps. Use any little scraps. It doesn't matter if it frays a bit around the edges. I've heard everybody saying that's making toys, if it goes a bit wrong, you just say, oh, it gives it personality. Gives it personality. And what else was I going to say to you? The content of lives, I like it to try and be a little bit, I know I just make things all the time, but I'll be talking about finding your purpose, and this is my purpose. I'll talk to you about finding purpose, and also I wanted to ask you guys out there what is helpful for you to talk about. And you can see who I've got here. I'm ashamed of Annabelle, actually, because I bought Annabelle out of a charity shop. Here she is. So I could maybe show you things, because I haven't got one of those fancy demonstration dolls, and I don't mind Annabelle. I felt a bit sorry for her sat there in the charity shop with no clothes on. Who knows, I might be able to make her some clothes, but I don't even think I'm not even that good at sewing. I wouldn't know where to start unless I was following something. Anyway, there's me and Annabelle here, and we're here to help you if you've just had a baby, because I know it's really difficult. And I met my sister for a socially distanced walk in the park, and I'd not really thought about the difficulties that new mums face, and she'd been having real trouble with a new little baby who's only, oh God, what she bought? She'll be a couple of months old now, but she's still having problems winding her. So sometimes midwives just think that everybody knows the little tips and tricks, but one little tip and trick I told her, and I can do this with my baby. If you put your baby on your knee like that, and you're winding your baby like that, so you've got your baby supported like that. So lots of people just wind their babies like that. It's going a bit midwifery now, oh my goodness. But one thing you can do if babies are really struggling to get wind up is just really, really gentle, round in a circle. You've got to be gentle enough to make sure that baby doesn't go dizzy. You've got to be careful. So it really helped. It was something else to really help. And you know, I've got my little baby Annabelle here. So hopefully we can, anything that you're struggling with, we're here for you. And we can help you through if you haven't got close relatives by to help. And you, what we don't want you doing is sitting in a corner in your living room crying and feeling like you're on your own. No one needs that. I know it's really hard when this year's been so hard for ladies having babies, but we're still here for you, and I'm happy to help if I can. Happy to help if I can. So I've got baby Annabelle here. Come on, baby. If you need any tips on little baby bits and pieces and what I don't know everything. I've had 4 kids, so I know a fair amount, but I don't know everything. But I have lots of people to ask who I can ask. So don't feel like you're on your own, please. So that's baby Annabelle, and that's the serious bit. So just because I like holding this rabbit, I'm going to tell you one last little story about taking Maddie to the vet today. Oh, down a little thin track, and well, it was too thin, wasn't it, for 2 cars to pass. So there was a Sunday driver out, wasn't there? Sunday driver out. They weren't moving over onto the grass, so we had to move over onto the grass. And we got stuck in the ditch, didn't we? Got stuck in the icy ditch. So who had to get out and try and push it out of the ditch? Muggins here had to get out. Well, he said you wouldn't have been able to steer it out of the ditch anyway. So I'm there with my little dolly shoes on, pushing this massive van, push, because the people on the other side were a little bit scared of driving off the road slightly, where they weren't on the ditch side, but bless them, I think they were just scared. But they drove away and left us in a ditch. There. All we wanted to do was get home and make our dinner. Anyway, I'm gonna go and get on with, what can I call him? What can I call him? Or do you think I need to wait until he's finished to see what he looks like? I'm so scared, because I'm happy with that. I'm scared that I'm going to make him look like a freak when I put his face on. And I'm calling him a boy, but I don't know whether it's Jerome or Gemma or Jemima maybe. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to go now. Leave you to go and have your tea. But remember how my journey started off. Mr. Potato Head and Quagmire, remember how my journey started. Right, I love you and leave you. Speak to you soon. And I will make that ragdoll, and it will look amazing. And I hope you have a try too. So have a nice Sunday evening. Take care. Bye-bye.